A lot of physical damage here on the side of KT, but when you have true damage, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and Smolder also does quite a lot of mixed damage as well. It's perfect level 6.
Yep, BDD also had control of the mid-wave, so able to get here first. Oh, the steal! That was pretty sexy. T1, I think, can possibly even just move away from this, but you can see Carrier looking aggressive. That's a flash out from Beryl. Mum does a lot of damage to T1. But it is going to be just these two grubs that are going to be taken away. Another one, Gumayushi perhaps? No, not going to happen this time. As, yeah, Perfect just going to walk up and stun the Varus.
That's a crocodile.
Yeah, he's pretty scary. He does have Dominus up and available, Gumayushi without the Chains of Corruption just yet. And they do have a lot of Chain CC. Of course, Perfect will be able to just press Dominus and try to weather the storm, but this is... Yeah, this is real dangerous. I see what you did there. The ultimate has been precast, but there it is. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do here. He goes and has a nap, and that is going to be first blood going over to Ona. And meanwhile, underneath the turret here, Ragnarok has been popped, and Pyoshik has to flash. Deft, not quite able to grab it quickly enough, but still going to be able to lock down the kill. So both top laners are being treated to some top lane action.
What is Raptors to deal with? You know,
there is killing some camps to take down. The Ragnarok, like you were talking about, still up and available. Let's see whether this can work in a 3v2, as there is the Ragnarok coming down. Bowling ball avoided, as Beryl is just dead. That's the watch out eat from Ona, as he is going to get pushed back there momentarily.
So his thing is that Zeus isn't on the map right now, but he could be heading topside. KT don't know, so they have to kind of respect the fact that they don't have information on how many members are going to be there. I also think with Ona being so strong, it's a bit of a cautious one. So they're just going to give up the grubs completely and look instead towards the dragon. There's an ocean dragon first of all.
Does mean that that's not going to be the soul, which is good news.
Yep, and also the ocean dragon is an early dragon. It's pretty nice to sustain. It is 12 minutes though, a bit after laning phase. But T1, no hesitation. You take dragon, okay, we're going to take this top lane tier 1 and get some first tower gold.
Well, Deft, he can make it rain. That makes things a little bit annoying there for Ona to be able to catch up. And that is going to be that dragon taken down. But I think the trade here, not exactly fantastic for KT. As you can see, we're ballooning to above 2,000 gold, the lead for T1 with not only first blood, but with now first brick on top of it.
Daily objectives.
Yeah.
Giving a lot of space to T1, not wanting to face them head on, which can make sense when you have that Smolder. You're like, let's just let him scale. But they are starting to fall more and more behind. This Herald could mean a mid-tier 1 for T1, which would be huge.
Well, they are just going to take it. Let's see where they do put it down. Might actually just be plonked into the mid lane immediately. As Perfect and Zeus continuing to go at it here.
Perhaps that might just be the game plan.
Yeah.
Just trade the dragons and one apiece. Not really too much concern either way, whatever the soul is.
Still going to be Faker taking a bottom out of turret as well, so that stacked onto everything is only going to continue to build T1's lead. Just a bit better than what KT have been able to do so far.
Yeah, the side lane of pressure from the Azir and Olaf did a pretty good job, and Zeus has TP ready. He's out of vision if they want to move, and I think KT just giving this one up.
Yeah, it looks like this one's not going to be something that they can actually fight for. We'll have a look at what soul it is going to be. Mountain Soul to come in.
Good one.
Yep, either team going to be pretty happy about that. Both of these compositions are kind of built for, as far as getting that wombo down, finding these engages, finding the angles, allowing Zeus to run amok, or allowing Deft to find that big ulti as Flash has to come out here as the Dominus has been popped. Perfect, going down so incredibly low. Teleports coming in from everyone as Ona kind of creep blocked, and that is going to be somehow BDD picking up that kill.
And then Ona gets slowed, gets creep blocked, and now
Faker is just dead. Okay, BDD going to flap away from the wall, and you can see that little grin on BDD's face. Feeling pretty good as a 2-0 Smolder once again.
This is kind of the problem, okay? Incremental advantages, you make 2 mistakes. It doesn't feel like they're massive mistakes, but now BDD's also picking up this tower. He is just suddenly monster fed out of nowhere. You know, he got the gold for the Faker kill, he got the shutdown for the Ona kill.
He's not a member of the Dragon Preservation Society.
Or maybe he left, you know?
Oh yeah, maybe he had to leave because otherwise they were never going to be able to get the objective. Speaking of objectives, T1, they're just going to run over towards this Baron, and the Dragon will be taken, but can there be any responses? Beryl just dives in there. Yep.
And, you know, you'll be doing something, and like a glass will smash or something, and immediately everyone...
all the blood drains out of your face. Yeah. It's like, please tell me that's not one of the good ones. Very true, actually. You just have to be extremely careful. Speaking about being careful, KT carefully trying to assess whether this Baron is going to be taken down. That is going to be some vision given over. BDD going to be the one to answer, so we'll be able to get that health back relatively soon.
Oh, not quite, actually. So.
Oh, doesn't actually have it built up. Man, been sitting on those components for a while.
So they will get vision with the Make It Rain. Beryl actually has no wards and isn't able to recall.
All right, he's going to have to flash to get himself out of the way of this one. Eats some Honey Fruit. Shattering Strike does not land, but Ona will be able to put him to sleep. Throws down the ulti, but had no health to back it up, and is still just able to walk it off. Never mind.
Yeah, he just lives, I guess.
Those hooves were made for walking.
Okay, but Death can get vision with Make It Rain. That's all they have right now. They're just going to have to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and find an angle. Here's the Magnet Storm looking to try and keep them out of the pit. And Pyoshik still gets in, but it's not going to be good enough. Look at this AoE damage, it's gigantic. But T1 are still just going to be able to get out of there with the purple buff in hand.
It's a successful heist, but it still feels weirdly... You know, it worked. They got the Baron, but BDD is still so strong. It still doesn't feel like a true victory right now. They lose one member, they get away. They're going to lose a tower as well. This feels like an aiming Smolder game.
Oh, it really does. I feel like we watched this yesterday. And aiming won a few of those games. So we can see that building up the Smolder is certainly something that does work. But now it's T1's forte. This is where they get to utilize their control of the map. And you can see able to take down inner turret in the top lane. And it looks like Zeus will be able to protect this siege minion as well, getting to work in this mid lane. Four grubs paying off as well.
Yeah, this is big, especially against a Smolder. Baron pressures can be tricky. And
it's like, there's been 7 kills this game. Somehow, there's a 6,000 gold lead. As T1, they've started up the Dragon. Vision now given over to KT. As teleport to come in. Let's see what can happen here as the Dragon does fly by, but it's just a little bit of damage onto Ona. They get the edge. Pyoshik, they do manage to avoid the Chains of Corruption largely, but in goes Ona, he goes golden. Can they find the sleeps they're looking for? The flash out from BDD, but he's still gonna get taken down. And this is like what you were talking about, Orcs. Unfortunately, sometimes the little dragon just goes pop, and T1, they are just crushing KT with their wallets now. It's a little bit anticlimactic, but that is the way T1 are going to do it as they look to try and bring us to the next game with match point in hand. That's going to be the clean ace. And T1, I think, just marching up the mid lane.
BDD, he's got a QSS in his inventory, just bought it now, but it's too late. Ends up getting CC'd, ends up going down, and that Smolder, who felt like such a threat, goes down with a whimper. T1, the incremental advantage is apparently we're enough to win them this game.
They're going to make a little bit more proactive play there on the side of KT. I was praising them for their patience, but sometimes it's too much.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.